Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kiki, and in today's video we are going to be filming how I edit my photos for my Bookstagram page. I'm going to share what apps I use, what presets I use, where I find my presets, and how I take my photos. I'm going to link everything in the description below, and I'm going to keep this super simple and super easy to follow because that is exactly how it is for me. I'm very busy with my life. I'm a mum, I have 2 jobs, I work in social media, so life is crazy, and I don't have time to be doing these big, elaborate prop setups and pack downs for my photos. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I have just recently finished reading Pucking Around, and I need to post a review for this week on my Bookstagram page. I'm going to go ahead and film how I take photos for this really big chunky book and how I edit this photo with my review to post on my page. Okay, so firstly, if you hear my dogs at all, I do apologise, or if you see them in this video, I apologise. They're pretty full on and I've just walked out of my filming room. Now they're going to go crazy. What you want to do when you are taking your photos for your page is you really want the best sunlight in whatever room that is in your house. For me, it's my bedroom. So super simple. Like I said, I don't do big prop setups or pack downs or anything like that. I have this throw that I picked up from Kmart. I lay this down on my bed. I take a bunch of different photos on a bunch of different angles, and then we go from there. Okay, everyone say hello to Kobe. Hi, Kobe. What are you doing, baby? Isn't it amazing how we all put on baby voices when we see our dogs? Oh, and here comes my other one. This is Ali. And they're going to go crazy. Okay, so just quickly, what I do, I lay down my blanket on my bed. I then put my book down and I simply just take a bunch of photos like this. So once you have all of your photos taken, I'm going to do everything on my work phone here today, friends. A lot of people can use their iPads, their laptops and all that sort of stuff. I prefer to just do everything on my phone because it's super simple. What I do, I will go into Lightroom. Lightroom is where I edit my photos. This is where I keep all my presets. I find my presets on 2 websites, either Etsy. I find Etsy has the best packages, the best deals for presets. You really do not need to spend an arm and a leg on presets. At the end of the day, they are just filters. There are a lot of websites out there, a lot of influencers that do sell presets, and they're just so expensive for what they are. I do also like to get my presets from Preset Co. I will link these 2 links in the description below. I have a few different presets that I use for all my pages. I find to have a aesthetically pleasing feed, you want to use the one preset at all times. So I have the one preset for my Bookstagram page. Once you find your vibe, once you find your aesthetic, this will end up being a really easy process. It can be a little bit of a trial and error at first. I know for me, it took me forever to find the preset that I wanted to use for some of my pages. I know for my Bookstagram page though, I really wanted to keep this really white and crisp and clean, so that's the vibe I went for. I will bring up my Lightroom app. I have already imported from my camera roll 2 photos that I might use for my Bookstagram feed. Once I go into that, I will then go into presets. The preset that I use for my feed is called Capri. As you can see, this gives it a really white, crisp photo. Of course, if my sunlight is a little bit off in my room at the time, I will then go in and adjust my preset with usually I just do it with the blacks, the shadows. Sometimes I will go into color and change the temp and the vibrance. And if I really have to, because the presets can sometimes change the color of your books, I don't always like to mess around with the book covers and stuff like that. So as you can see, this book is a little bit more of a darker blue. You can then go into mix here and change the color here. So I know, for example, this preset here really eliminates all the yellow tones. So if my book cover has a yellow cover, I will then have to go into my yellows here and pull that saturation right up to bring that yellow back in. Once I have my photos edited how I like them to, I also love to go into detail here and put my noise reduction right up to 30. This just gives the photo a smoother look to it. I will then export this to my camera roll. Once I'm done with my Lightroom app, I then hop out, I go into my feed preview app. So my feed preview is where I'm on my work phone. This is my old page. I actually used to have a soulful page where I did a lot of card readings and spiritual things like that. So unfortunately, you will not see my Bookstagram page here. What I do is this feed preview app has my whole Bookstagram feed in it. I will import these posts here, and this lets you play around with your feed. I'm a very indecisive person, and I never know which photo I actually want to post. So what I'll do is I'll actually put it into this feed preview app, and I'll play around with it like this, just to see what I'm feeling more. It's not even necessarily what looks better, it's just what I'm feeling, because I'll only ever post what I feel like I want to post, what makes me happy. So at this stage, this photo here that I've just put back in first is the one that I want. Once I'm done with my feed preview, I will then go into my Canva app. What I have is I have a bunch of projects in my Canva that already have a heap of templates for my Bookstagram page. Once you have done your first one, every single post after that becomes quicker and easier for you because you have your template there. All you really have to do is switch out your photos and switch out the text. I will then go in and find my review one that I use. So this is the previous one that I did edit, was Coached by Devney Perry. I'm then going to replace that photo with my pucking around photo. Once that's in there, I then have to go in and obviously edit my text and my arrows and rearrange everything. Super simple. Again, once you've done it once and again and again and again, it becomes easier and quicker to do. To keep a very aesthetically pleasing feed, you should be keeping the same preset at all times. Pick 2 to 3 fonts that you like to use at all times. Same with your stars and everything like that. This is what makes your feed look really put together. You don't have to do this, but it's just something that I find very nice to look at, so I like to keep everything kind of the same. Once I've done this, I will then kind of play around and figure out how I want to set out this book review. You can, of course, go into elements here and you can search things like arrow and pick your own arrows and graphics and stuff like that. I do have the pro version here, so I have access to everything. You do not need the pro version. It is expensive. You don't need it. This is very accessible for everyone. It's very free. There's a lot there to use in the free version, so I wouldn't even bother with the pro version. The only reason why I do use the pro version is because my boss pays for it for my work. I then go in and change all the tropes. And how I want everything set out. Again, very simple, friends. So once you do this, you then go in and download the photo and it's ready to be posted. My best advice is to always post a carousel. So you post your first photo first, then you swipe across to the original photo without your graphics and text on top of it. If you are not doing graphics and text on top of your photos, that's totally fine as well. You can then just go in and edit your photos with your presets. Like I said, I will link everything below in the description for what apps I use and all that, but that is how simple it is. I take the photos in sunlight, I edit them with a preset that I found that fits my vibe and my aesthetic for my feed. I then go into Canva, I edit my tropes and everything on there with the template that's already there, so very quick, very simple to do. download it into my camera roll, and then I post it up on my feed with a review. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you learned something. If not, that's okay. It is pretty common knowledge, I believe, but I do also know there's a lot of people out there who don't know what presets are and stuff like that. So if this was helpful, or if you liked the video, please don't forget to hit like, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.